you told me what your process was before for something to be true,
Yeah.
but then for this particular subject, you're not following your own process.
Yeah, I get
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I see where you're going from. Hypocritical kind of way that man come. If they control people, they can get people to do what they want, and I feel like COVID-19 was a lot about control.
Exactly.
Why did the police want to know where you're going?
Exactly.
To control you.
Exactly. Well, space, the conditions there, like the temperature.
And just tin can it, squeeze
Instantly.
it. Yeah.
The tyres there, no, the tyres haven't burned.
And it's floating in air. I get what you mean.
It's just chilling with this guy. Do you know what I mean? What's your name?
Daniel.
Justin.
Just nice.
Thanks for taking the time to stop.
No worries, buddy. No worries.
So I think what I'll do is I'm going to start with a couple of questions just to see something. So the first thing would be is, if we were to take a standing body of water, like a swimming pool or something like that,
Okay.
how would you, and there was no motion or anything, no waves, it was completely calm.
Okay.
How would you describe the surface of the water?
Calm and
What
chill.
about the shape of it?
Flat.
Flat. Okay.
Yeah.
What about if I was to times that by 100? Same swimming pool, same properties, calm water, but we're making it bigger by 100.
I'd still think the same thing.
Same thing, yeah.
Flat and calm, yeah.
Yep. What about times a million?
Same thing, yeah.
Same thing. Okay, perfect.
No,
Because we understand the behaviour of fluids. They will always fill the container that they're in,
Right.
and then once they're there, it will form a horizontal, flat surface on the surface.
Okay.
We can agree on that.
Yeah, we
can
agree,
we can show each other that. We can demonstrate that. Perfect. Next thing I would ask is, if I was to give you a deodorant can,
Okay.
and you were to take a knife and stab a hole in it,
Yeah.
what would happen to the gas pressure that is inside the deodorant can?
Start bursting out aggressively.
Instantly.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Because we can agree that physics shows us that in order to have a gas pressure, you need some sort of containment to maintain that pressure, because
Okay.
if not, it will escape.
I get you. Yeah, I get you.
Okay, perfect. And then the third question I'm going to ask, before we sort of go into it, is what is your sort of level of acceptance in order for something to be true? So, for example, if I was to say to you that I can fly, would you
I'll
just
have to see straight facts.
So you need to
I'll
be able
have
to
to see you do
experience
it. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
have to see you do it or
Yeah.
see something happen. Yeah.
So you wouldn't just believe me?
No.
No. Okay, perfect. And what about if I was to show you a video of me flying?
Well, then I would believe you. Yeah.
You'd believe a video?
Yeah, I believe you. Yeah.
Okay.
Once it's you in the video, I would have no problem believing
Yeah.
it.
What about if the video can be edited and manipulated?
Yeah, true. Yeah, no, yeah, that could happen. That could happen. But like, I can tell by the person if it's true or not. You know.
Yeah, yeah. No, I know what you mean. There is a certain level of, when you have an interaction with a human, you can kind of get a feel if they're lying or if they're not. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. That's fair enough. But would you agree that videos can be edited and manipulated?
100%.
That isn't
yeah.
scientific proof.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
This day and age, anything can happen.
Oh yeah. So we agreed. Water is always level. Gas pressure needs container. You need basically proof of the practical substance in order for something to be true. You need to experience it. You
Yeah.
can't trust people just talking, and you can't believe videos because they can be lies. Now I'm going to ask you, what shape is the world?
Round.
How can it be round if it's 90% water?
Because gravity pulls it down.
Is that something that you've experienced and know, or is that something that you've been told through your education system?
It's so yeah, it is something I've been told, but like, I don't know. I believe that the world.
You can
is
see
round.
where this is going.
Yeah, I
eh?
can see where it's
Yeah,
going,
yeah.
but the world is round,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's fair enough. That's basically, like, that's why I don't like to tell people what it is before I do it, because it triggers something in their mind, because there's a lot of propaganda. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
People
yeah,
hear
yeah.
fly off and they think we're some crazy weirdos that don't think Australia exists and
Yeah,
shit like that. You know what I
yeah,
mean? That's
yeah,
why I like to do it this way. We agreed earlier that water will always be level on the surface.
Yeah.
And we also agreed that gas pressure needs a container. We're supposedly in a gas pressure right now,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's a vacuum.
Yeah.
You also agreed that in order for something to be true, you need to physically experience it, and you can't trust people and you can't trust videos.
Right.
So do you see, you told me what your process was before for something to be true,
Yeah.
but then for this particular subject, you're not following your own process.
Yeah, I get
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I see where you're going from. Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to highlight, because I'll tell you my story now.
The hypocritical kind of way that
Yeah.
man come away. Yeah, I do get you.
Because what I'm trying to say is, I think that basically, I'm not saying it's because, I did the same thing, right?
Yeah.
I got told it's a ball from a young age, shown the globe in school, told by my authority figure, teacher, this is where you are, never questioned it, parents, yep, it's a globe, seen it in movies, okay, I want a ball. Then, someone told me, about maybe 7 years ago, it's flat.
Okay.
I then was like, this guy's crazy, and I'm going to go and prove him wrong. Started doing some research.
Right.
The more I looked into it, the more I realised that I couldn't actually find anything to support the claims that we're actually on a spinning ball in a vacuum.
But I have a question. Why does it make any difference to anyone
Yeah.
if it's flat or if it's round?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really matter in the end of the day. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, and I understand
Like,
where you're
there'd be
coming
no
from.
reason to lie about that because like it's irrelevant what it is because you're not going to go to space anytime soon. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I understand what you're saying, and this is quite a common question that people ask. The people before asked it. It's like, who cares? Why does it really matter? And you know, at the end of the day, what I'm doing with my channel here is I'm just having a conversation with people.
Yeah.
I'm asking what your reasoning processes are. I'm like, no problem. I'm telling you what my reasoning process is, what I think is going on, and if we agree, if we've got questions, no problem. We have a good discussion. We can shake hands. We can have a beer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But your question about why does it matter? For me personally, after doing so much investigation, because I just took it for granted before. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never done any research.
Yeah.
Then I was like, okay, I'm going to be honest, I turned my attention to all the corruption going on in society because I wanted to try and make a change in the world.
Yeah.
But then, in order to do that, I needed to understand what was going on. So I started going down all these different rabbit holes on all different sectors.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You probably
looking
went
into things a little bit
exactly,
more.
yeah, exactly. Asking questions, being a
Yeah.
bit skeptical. And then that obviously led me to this subject. And then I realised, okay, and then I started doing research on this, and I realised, hang on, there's massive contradictions from what we're getting told and what we're getting shown to what we're actually experiencing in real life, because we don't ever experience the globe through our own senses.
Yeah, so you're trying to say you don't believe in gravity and you don't believe the Earth's round and stuff. You just believe it's flat and we're the only ones here. Is that what you believe?
What my position now is, after doing so much research and taking the claims that they're telling me and going out in the real world and doing experiments and observations and trying to, cause I don't have a bias. You know what I mean? If it's a globe, it's a globe. I'm just taking what they're
Doesn't
telling me.
matter to you in the end of the day.
I just want to know the truth.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I get you. Yeah.
And after I've looked into this, I've got some serious fucking questions, and I think, to be honest, I'm trying to highlight certain points so that people actually go, hang on a second, that's a fucking good point. Maybe we should actually.
Why do you think the government would, not the government, but like, I don't know, hierarchy we'll call them. Why do you think they would lie to us about that? Like,
Yeah.
Why do you think they would even bother doing that?
That's another good question as well. I'm going to just finish the first question about
no
sort
problem.
of what was the first question. It was why is it important?
Yeah.
So for me, I see massive importance because, you know, if it is level and it isn't a globe and the globe is in fact a lie, then I see, you know, for me, I'm very curious. I want to know exactly where I am. I've got a lot of questions about life. Do you know what I mean? And if someone's lying to me about the very nature of my existence, I want to fucking know the truth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
right, yeah.
So that's why I find it really important, because if it is level, then it's like, okay, what else is out there? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is other? Maybe they're hiding land. Maybe there's other civilizations. If it's level, maybe there's some sort of fucking dome. I don't say
Conspiracy theories, you know what I mean?
I don't like the term conspiracy theory personally, because I feel like conspiracy theory is a label that's used to sort of group certain people, and it has like negative connotations for the
Not being
average
true.
people. People look at conspiracy, for the average person, they call it a conspiracy theory so that they can sort of, oh, it's just a conspiracy theory. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of, you know, some of these conspiracy theories are not theories. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People conspire. That's what people do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the first question. The second question is, what's the benefit? Why would they lie?
Yeah.
My answer to that is, you know, I'm not the one telling the lie, so I don't know exactly the reasons. I could speculate as to what the reasons would be, and those speculations would be, for example, control. If you tell a human being, you know, do you agree that there's an element of control between the sort of the ones who are sort of in control of the world, the ruling like elites or whatever, the systems, and there's an element of control with the way they control people?
Yeah, there is 100%, because if they control people, they can get people to do what they want, and I feel like COVID-19 was a lot about control. In my opinion.
Agreed. I totally agree.
In my opinion, I feel like, because like where I'm from, Ireland, you couldn't do anything without telling. You couldn't go 5 kilometers like in your house without telling the police where you're going. Do you know what I mean? And
exactly.
Why do the police want to know where you're going? To control you?
Exactly. So, touching on that control aspect, you know, if you put a human being in a fence or a cage, they're going to be like, what's this cage all about? You know what I mean? Here, look at this, let's go over here, or let's dig a tunnel. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you get them at a young age and tell them they're on a big ball in a vacuum and there's nowhere else to go, then the human being isn't going to want to go and explore, which makes them easier to control. They'll stay here and live their slave life, and they will not question what's over there. Maybe there's more land and more resources that they're keeping tucked away. Maybe, you know, NASA, they get like $50 million a day, and they're saying that they're going up into space, but my opinion from my research of what NASA are up to and everything that's going on, I believe that they are basically lying and faking it using like green screens and state-of-the-art technology. And
So you don't believe Neil Armstrong actually went to the moon? Do you believe that?
I don't think we can leave. No, I don't believe it. No.
Yeah?
No, I don't believe it.
I don't know. It's a bit weird. I seen a picture there when the flag was in the wind or something, but just there was no wind.
Exactly.
I mean, it's fishy. It's fishy, but I don't know.
How much
I
time
haven't really,
we
I
left?
haven't really thought about it.
16, 22, 25, got 9 minutes left until that comes out. Okay. Yeah, and there's other things as well. I mean, you know, like we said, we're getting told that we're on a ball with water sticking to the outside,
Yeah.
and that there's a gas pressure stuck to that, but that's a vacuum next to it, but there's
Yeah.
no solid separation. That's impossible, okay? But we get brainwashed from a young age and get told, oh, it's because of gravity, you know what I mean? But we never, show me, do you know what I mean? We don't experience it.
Yeah.
It's just something people say so that we can do mental gymnastics to make sense of it all.
Yeah,
But
I
then-
see where you come from.
do you get what I mean?
I know, I do see where you come from, yeah.
So the reason that I'm doing this is because I've spent a lot of time and energy looking into this, and I'm really confident with what I'm saying, and I think I'm just trying to get the message out there to show people that there's certain inconsistencies and contradictions with what we're being told, and I'm trying to show people that, and I'm trying to basically say, look, let's do some sort of experiment which completely finalises it. You know, let's for example, you've got the Antarctic Treaty, which is signed. Have you heard of the Antarctic Treaty?
No.
It's a treaty which was signed by 52 different countries saying you're not allowed to go to Antarctica because it's being preserved for science or something like this. Those same countries are all blowing each other up and killing each other in the middle at war with each other, right? You are allowed to go to Antarctica if you do a pre-booked holiday with a tourist route which they control, and they don't even take you to the right place anyway. But anyway, if you try and go there on a solo mission, you're not going basically.
Yeah.
So what my channel is trying to do is, there's many things my channel is trying to do. I'm trying to encourage people to question things. I don't like the world the way it is. I see so much suffering and pain, and I don't like the system, so I'm trying to basically help the world in a better way, you know? And also I'm trying to find out the truth about where we are. So I'm trying to grow the numbers of people who are on board, and then we can either go and explore, you know what, we need the numbers, you know what I mean? We need the numbers so that we can then go and explore these these places that are off, that you're not allowed to go.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Where boundaries are and stuff like that.
Exactly, yeah.
And so what do you actually believe? Do you believe like Earth's flat and like there's nothing up there? Or what do you actually believe?
To be honest, I sort of have this battle with like beliefs, because the reason you would have a belief is when you don't know something. There's a saying that belief is the enemy of knowing.
Yeah.
So I try and stay away from having beliefs. I either know something or I don't, you know. Sometimes I believe in God when I'm in a dark place and I'll speak to God, you know what I mean? But that's like a delusion of my own mind, because I don't know.
It's just hope.
Exactly. But in terms of like what do I believe these things are, you know, I've got my theories about what I think is going on. You know, in terms of space, for example, I basically believe that's like an illusion. That's like the magician's trick, where it's all through the TV screen, you know. And they're saying that they're going up into this vacuum. But when you're looking at like Elon Musk, he sent a car up into space. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that now.
He sent a car up into space, right? And he's doing an interview, and you see the car floating about in space. First of all, space, the conditions there, like the temperature.
It just tin can, it's
Instantly.
squeezing. Yeah.
The tyres there, no, the tyres haven't burnt.
And it's floating in air, I get what you mean.
It's just chilling with this guy, do you know what I mean? And he even says this in an interview, bro. He says, you know it's real because it looks so fake. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
Roadster up there with Starman, just cruising along with the Blue Planet. And how long will we be getting live views, do you think, from the car?
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. Like, we'd have way better CGI if it was fake.
He says that, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? Because it is fucking fake, you lying cunt.
And you will consider him up as a powerful man because how much money he has and all that.
Yeah.
I do get what you mean.
Yeah, I'm basically, they're all in it together. Do you know what I mean? The system is there to serve an elite few that can control everything and have the power, and the rest of us are all being fucked over here. And I don't like that. Do you know what I
Like
mean?
something like Illuminati kind of job.
Yeah,
like.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
All that
I
kind of stuff.
feel like there's something fishy going on like that
Yeah,
in the
absolutely,
world. So.
absolutely. So yeah, I mean, after talking to me about the subject, do you think that that's something that you're going to go away and maybe question, maybe in a month's time?
I will, do you know what?
Or is
I
it
will
something you
say in
don't
my head.
care?
I will think about it. But do you know what? I know you don't like the word belief, but I do believe that what they're saying to us, but that's probably what they want in the end of the day. So they have me tricked, but I don't know. You'll never know in the end of the day. You can't, like, how are you going to find out? You know what I mean?
Well, my plan is keep doing the activism. Yeah, keep having conversations like this. Keep just.
There's not enough people doing it though in the world. That's the thing.
Well, you know, people say, you know, there's a lot of people asking the question. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people asking it. Some people say that there's a direct relation between the amount of people asking the question about where are we here and the increased control measures and lack of freedom we've seen recently with the whole, you know, what we were just talking about with the whole, you know, pandemic, you could say. I'm not going to say that that's true. Maybe it is, maybe not. But there's definitely a lot of people asking the question. And I do have some beliefs. I believe that eventually we're going to have enough people interested that we can actually know once and for all. Once we've got, because at the moment most people, they believe it's a globe. They've not really questioned it. They just kind of take it for granted, and they think flat Earth is like, they're just cuckoo flat earthers. You know, they live with their mum, their 50-year-old, and they think Australia doesn't exist and that cats are going to push things up the edge because they've been. Do you know what I mean? The propaganda.
Yeah. But then if it's flat, then where does it stop? Do you know what I mean? If it's a straight line, it has to stop somewhere.
Yeah. Well, where's the edge of space? Do you know what I mean? People say that space is infinite. Maybe it's an infinite plane we're on. Maybe there is some sort of barrier. Maybe there's some sort of dome. I don't fucking know.
But then what's that up there in the sky? It's a moon, isn't it? And the sun, what's that?
Yeah.
So what do you believe, how are they there? Where are they? Do you know what I mean?
That's another good question. What I would say is, once I've done some research into what these things actually are and what it is we're being told these things are and what they're doing, there's a lot of contradictions, you know, about how far away these things are, what their consistency is. For example, we're supposedly spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, whilst orbiting the sun at 60,000 miles an hour, whilst all moving through the galaxy at like 1,000,000 miles an hour, 500,000 miles an hour. So the total combined speed that we're supposedly feeling on right now is like billions of miles per hour.
Yeah.
We don't feel any of it.
No.
It's always the same stars in the sky. You know what I mean? And there's just so many inconsistencies. Like when you come back to the NASA thing as well, if you type in NASA fakery on YouTube, you literally see them doing a backflip thinking they're in gravity.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a look
and
when I get home.
His mate goes like this, and he pulls something here, and you see his t-shirt go like that, but you don't see it because they're on a harness. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
Literally, you can see it. You use green screens. Look at the movies we can create these days with like Superman flying through the globe and like that film Gravity.
Yeah.
It is possible with the technology these days and with the state-of-the-art shit to fake you're fucking going up.
And you can fake anything nowadays, yeah. You can do anything in this day and age, man. It's scary though to think.
It is definitely. But when we're talking about belief, this is what my belief is. It's sort of like, I believe that eventually we can have enough people that we can basically say, fuck your Antarctic Treaty, we want to go and explore this place, so just fuck off. Or we can build basically something that's completely straight, because we've got the technology now to build something maybe, I don't know, 3 miles long, 10 miles long, and build it completely straight like a level line. Yeah. You need to use like a laser to cut the steel, so it's like got the accuracy, and you need a lot of money. But then if we build something that's completely straight, the water from one end to the other end, you'll see a difference if we're on a globe. You know what I mean? That's a physical experiment that we could do to put it to bed. So that's kind of like where I'm going with this, is raising awareness, showing people how to have a discussion without being emotional and without, you know, just having a discussion with people. So that, because that's another thing, people's communication is just so fucked. That's why there's a lot of problems in the world. If people can sit down and have a chat like me and you, do you know what I mean? Listen to what each other's saying, ask questions, and just keep it real, we'll be in a lot better position.
Yeah, true. But everyone's not like that in this day and age.
I know.
No one is. Everyone's different.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah. Have you got any other questions, or you got anything else?
No. I think what you're saying is it is crazy, but I don't know.
That's my time on it. It's been a pleasure.
It is.
What was your name again?
Daniel, bro.
Daniel.
What's yours?
Justin. The channel.
Justin.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Standing in the Truth.
Standing in the Truth.
Yeah.
Right. Standing in the Truth. I'll give you a look and I'll give you a subscribe, right?
Nice one.